Welcome back everyone to Welstopia, and the next thing I need to tackle is the roof. In light of that, I decided that I was going to need a bit more of dark oak. I'm thus back here in this section. I planted some dark oak saplings and they seem to have already grown. And I'm going to be spending a little bit of time getting this to all grow up. And while I'm in the area, I'm also going to take care of some work related to my banners. I want to check out all of my borders. I want to replace the banners to see whether or not having a stylized banner such as this in place of a plain white one would, well, how it will appear on the map when I do that. Because currently, of course, it just shows up as white banner. Now, if it still stays as a white banner on the map, then I can live with that, because the main thing that I'm looking for is to have the border marked out with my proper symbol. So if it doesn't show that way on the map, oh, okay, that's fine. I just want to see, does it at least still show on the map if I replace it with a custom banner instead of just a plain ordinary solid color one. But right now I just want to get all of this wood from the first round of dark oak, then whatever saplings are dropped I'll plant another round, and hopefully I have plenty of dark oak afterwards in order to be able to construct the roof for my haunted house. My little logging expedition was rather successful. I managed to get 10 stacks of dark oak. That should be plenty, more than enough in order to make the roof. And I also got more than double the number of saplings than I started with, which meant that was successful. I also got several apples, and I also went around, check out the map, and yes, it maintains the solid color, the base color of whatever banner you're using. So no color on here, but of course I was able to use it, and that's what's important for that matter. So I'm going to do that for any other banners that are going to be circling my base. So I don't know about the ones that I have in the water. I'll worry about that later. Back here at the Haunted Mansion, we are here at the attic level now. Therefore, it's time for us to put in our roof. We are going to make the primary roof the dark oak. Otherwise, why would I go through all that trouble getting all that dark oak ready? I'll start by taking the edge of the roof. Now I will need to go out one more block all the way through. I'll have to figure out how best to do that. But for now, this would be the edge. We'll worry about the outermost edge later. Probably will have to let's see. Oh, yeah, that's right, because I will want to go one more out from this also, but I want to decide on the material for that, because it should be a contrasting color. Probably cobble, I'm thinking of. Sort of look as if it were some sort of shingle thing rather than literally cobble, of course. I've seen that done by other Minecrafters. Now this is where the frame is going to go. Therefore that won't get the roof there. We'll go on this side also and do the same thing we did on the other side. And that should give us a nice roof to work with. Good. And that should give us two sides there. Then we just need to go to the other side and it'll be done for the first part. But that's just the beginning. Next we need the frames, such as what we have over here. I put the frame here and the set of steps that will go above that one. and we'll do the same thing on, oops, on each of these ends. So I probably should get up here before doing that, because once I get the stuff in place, it's harder and harder to get up here. Make sure, yeah, that's where that goes. Now, I know so that one, that was an even number. Do I have it as an even number for both of them, or am I going to have the fun business of trying to reconcile odd versus even here? 1, 2. Oh, I get the fun of reconciling odd and even. Oh, joy. That's going to be a real thrill. I should have thought of that when I was planning all this out. Now, I do have some slabs here. Good. So I can at least have that section working right down, 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 down. Yep, yep. And I just have to get all those there. All these go this way, and eventually they meet, and I'm going to have some sort of fun crash with odd versus even. That'll be fun. I've got the bulk of this corner up now, which means it is time that we're going to have where odd is going to meet even. Let's see if this works, or if we are going to have some sort of, well, hopefully not a major disaster. Something that I am going to have to work around, I'm pretty sure. Speaking of work around, I think I'm going to be needing some torches in there in a moment. Otherwise, I'm going to have a very dark attic, which is going to turn into a very nasty mob spawner. And we certainly don't want to turn the attic into a mob spawner. Now, see here, I have to go with this. See what oops. See what happens when the two sides meet. And hopefully the result isn't going to be too bad. Well, actually that means that this is probably going to be just like this all the way across. I'll probably have to add some extra supports for the roof at other parts of this, because I can't think that there'll only be a frame there, there, and there, and not anywhere else. If this were a smaller house, that may be fine, but we're talking about a pretty large house here. And I'm pretty sure then that that's how it's going to go. Now let's see, how about if I take this and do it like that? I think that would be better. Yeah, that would be better. And we have a roof. That all looks nice, despite that little hiccup over there. I have a bit of a hole here. Now, I had this hole so I could get in and out, but I probably should leave the hole here, because the module is very explicit that there are holes within the roof here and there. Obviously, there will have to be a few more of these holes also around here, and I'll have to decide where to do it when I get down to putting in details here, because I think there'll be plenty of cobwebs and stuff like that within the attic as we go along. I also will need to try to figure out what to do about the floor here, because the lighting, right now I have it so that nothing will spawn here, and there will be lighting from the holes here. In fact, the module says that the main source of light will be light filtering in through the holes within the roof. In which case, I'll probably want to put stuff on here to make this spawn proof. But that will be for later. Right now, I just want to get this built in there, and I think that gives us our roof. Let's see how it looks from outside. There are 2 points here. One, I do need the roof to extend out a little bit more because right now that doesn't look very good. I think I also am going to need dark oak around the lower part of the frame when I create the A-frame here. I'm going to need that top section going around in dark oak so as to give it a little bit more. Yeah, otherwise it doesn't look very good. I think I also need to add a few shutters on the upper levels, so I am probably going to leave out a couple of them simply because, yes, this house is falling apart after all. That takes care of the lack of horizontal line there. Next, we need to start with finishing up on the roof to get the edges on there. And if I want to do that, I'm going to need some dirt in order to help with this, so that I can get across here. Let's try this with cobble. Alright, let's try putting that in the right. Oh yeah, I'm too high there. I need to be lower in order to do this right. Good. Ah, much better. So it does mean getting the dirt scaffolding like this. There you go. And like this. Now we can continue here along the way. And we can alternate that a little bit. Actually, I probably want to see how it looks before I finish it on the other edge. Right? I don't want to do it all the way around to the side. Yeah, I don't like this. Oops. Let's then start a little bit here. And see if it adds anything to the look of what we're doing. Because this is where the main enhancement is probably going to be coming, is on the edge here. So I will want to do the edge as much as I can. Well, I have to have that go across there. Is this the way down? Yeah, that's the way down. Downward. Pick that up. And now let's have a look. There's dirt in the way. Alright, maybe I do have to bring it down. That looks better so far. I think I'll just continue with it, and once we have that, I will be able to, well, the roof won't be completely done because there are still parts of it that are going to have to be torn out and stuff like that in order to make this place look more dilapidated, but that's a later stage of this build. And we're getting, see, we're at the middle of the month now. So we're at the stage right now where the overground, the above ground bits are at least, the structure is done. We haven't done the let's really make things spooky and dilapidated yet, but we do this in stages. That's why I gave myself the month of October to do this, so that I could get the main build, then the other. Oh, I do have to worry about the underground also. Oh yes, there is that little detail, and that underground can be very important to the entire thing. Now let's get this up here, and soon we will have a nice little frame. Much, much better. Now, what about chimneys? I completely forgot about those. Then again, maybe there are no chimneys, because when I check the module map, it's locating fireplaces at locations where it would be impossible. For example, if we go into this room right over here, there's supposed to be a fireplace right here. Look what's above this. That's a corridor. We can't have a fireplace chimney going all the way up through the middle of a corridor. It doesn't work at all. No. That then is impossible. Therefore, the fireplaces must not have chimneys. If the fireplaces don't have chimneys, then there must be some other way to get rid of the smoke. Either A, some sort of magic is getting rid of the smoke from the fire, or B, some sort of magical fire that doesn't give off CO2 and the like. Alright, magical fireplaces. Magical or not, we are going to need some brick for the fireplace. We will thus start cooking that, make ourselves a great deal of brick, and find some good locations for putting these fireplaces. Some of them, will, of course, will go where the module specifies, but there's no room for one in here. We have to assume that there is some sort of light spell in here that keeps us being able to read. Then again, most likely you'll pick up a book from here and go into the study in order to do the reading, because it's a bit tight in the library. It's full of books all over the place. While the original module put the fireplace right here, I think this would be a better location using the ideas of Minecraft. Now, unfortunately, that will make that difficult. Well, that'll really make it obviously magical if we've got a wooden backdrop there. It doesn't catch fire. Well, that's going to be unusual, but I guess we can go with that. It's either that or bringing out another step. I mean, like that. Do we have room for the... It makes things rather cramped if you do that. Therefore, we'll just have to assume that if it's a magical one anyway, it's not going to set the stuff behind it on fire. If we had vertical slabs in Minecraft, then right, we'll put the fire right there. Good. I know it's not as large or as deep as a normal fireplace, but it's magical. We could put whatever fire is in there, and that should be enough to radiate the area. And hopefully it's a type of fire that doesn't go and spread to the wood that's nearby. And this little bit right there is just for show, because as you can see, it doesn't exit all the way out. It's just there for aesthetics reasons. Now, we can put one there, and we should also have one of these in the master bedroom. Where's the best place for this one? How about right here? Right there. I think the original module put it there, but I think this might be a better place for it right here. And put this out right here, and then we'll... Alright, that is 2 of those, and I think we have one more that we can make. Now the question is, what should I do with the kitchen? Because we are going to need to be able to cook with that. But we've got the furnace there. So I'll just represent that with the furnace. And of course, since I'm sleeping in here, we'll have to assume that this place is going to have a fireplace. That's why this is the place where I'll be sleeping, right? To keep it nice and warm. And there you are. We've got 3 fireplaces. I think so, because I don't believe I have enough brick for any more. See, do I have any more? Enough for 4 blocks. And I'll need one of those for the capstone that I forgot to place when I was here before. And there you go. And I'm sure I'll find some use for the other 3 bricks at some point in the future. I'll worry about the shutters later when I decide exactly what I want to do with turning this from a house into a haunted house. But that's it for the above ground stuff, at least for the original setting. I still have stuff I need to do with the basement, and we'll look into that in the next episode of Pineleaf Plays Minecraft Welstopia.